Welcome back, football fans. This is the Sportiello Show with the Sportiello Bros, and today we're going to be going over our Week 5 NFL predictions. Week 4 just wrapped up. Here was our record on the week. I'll put it up there. It'll be a number. It's a number.
It's impressive.
It's a number, that's for sure. There's a tie in there. That's interesting. But with that being said, let's get into our Thursday night game between the San Francisco 49ers at the Los Angeles Rams. Man, the Rams look good.
Yeah, we're going back to the NFC West for Thursday night football. The Rams and the 49ers are both looking good, honestly, even though the Niners got their first L of the year against those Jaguars, those pesky Jaguars that we picked every week except for this one.
Of course. The Jaguars are a tough team. I mean, I feel like the 49ers really dropped the ball on that one. Brock Purdy was turning the ball over left, right, and center. Disappointing on his part, but, the Jaguars are tough. And the Rams, on the other hand, Adonai Mitchell gave them their win. A.D. Mitchell, man.
Bro, I mean, how many times do we have to see that before these young kids, get in their head?
Take care of the football, and then also a holding penalty took away a long touchdown run for Jonathan Taylor at the end of the game.
Yeah, one hurts way more than the other, though.
I know. That's 14 points off the board. Nonetheless, the Rams win by 7. Very disappointing if you're a Colts fan. If you are a Rams fan, you snatched victory through the jaws of defeat. Congratulations for you guys. Matthew Stafford looks great. Puka Nacua is a fantasy monster. And Devontae Adams plus Kyron Williams. This Rams offense is ridiculous. This Rams defense is really good as well. The 49ers are pretty banged up. The Rams are looking about as healthy as you can be for an NFL team right now. I'm going to take the Rams at home on Thursday night.
Yeah, these are the two teams that we picked to win the division. So off to a great start, the two of them. I think that before this past week, we could have said Kyle Shanahan was arguably the front runner for head coach of the year. Mm-hmm. Only 3 weeks in. It's hard to say anyone's a front runner for anything.
Right.
But, Niners get Brock Purdy back and can't seal the deal at home. Rams look great. Thursday night, quick turnaround. I think the Rams are one of the best teams in the league. I'm going to go with the Rams.
There you have it. All right, our first agreement of the video, and we will move it on over to our Sunday matchups. We're going to keep it in the UK for the Vikings versus the Browns. The Vikings having back-to-back weeks in the United Kingdom is probably pretty fucking massive. When you don't have to travel across the ocean to play your football game like the Browns are going to have to this week, and you just get to spend a week in London doing whatever the hell you want to do, preparing for this week's Sunday header, it's going to be tough for me to pick against this Vikings team. The Browns defense still looks really good. I know they kind of got spanked by the Lions a little bit, but they were hanging in there up until They were hanging in there up until the interceptions by Joe Flacco. How much longer are we going to play this Joe Flacco game if you are the Browns?
I think this is it.
This is the game?
I think that this is the last week that they're going to do this. I don't think that they would want to have one of their rookies start overseas like this.
Yeah.
But, I mean, even looking at Flacco's numbers mid-game last week, I mean, the dude was like 50% or below with hella interceptions. And the Browns' offense just hasn't been putting up any points this year, right? I mean, every game is pretty low scoring. They have 16 tops, it feels like, where their defense is playing lights out and absolutely stellar. So I think that you have to respect the rest of your team and give these young kids a shot, especially if you're going to – looking at how good some of the other rookies are playing for them, it's let's just roll, bro. What are we doing, playing this Joe Flacco game?
I mean, Carson Schlesinger is definitely in the top 5 for Defensive Rookie of the Year. Quinshon Judkins has looked great the last couple of weeks he's been handed the ball.
Yes, he has.
But when you got Joe Flacco with 2 touchdowns and 6 interceptions – something's holding this team back, and it ain't the defense and it ain't the skill players.
Yeah, ain't nobody want a Joe Flacco-style quarterback these days anyways. If you can't move outside the pocket, throw on the run, if you can't create with your feet, if you can't pick up that first down, dude, then you're holding us back, and we don't need someone like you. We got 2 young bucks that are ready to shock the world, and we cannot waste this Shooter Sanders pick. I don't care if you start dealing a couple games, but the fact that y'all actually went out, created this controversy in your locker room, the least you can do is see if the boy can play before you just end up with a top 10 pick next year and pick another quarterback.
Don't do that. I hate when teams do that so much. If your team is not built to win and you put a rookie quarterback in there and they don't succeed, the quarterback isn't the problem. It's your team as a whole. But with that being said, I'm taking the Vikings to win this one. I think them staying overseas is a really huge advantage.
Yeah, we didn't really talk much about the Vikings, but they clawed their way back in that Steelers game last week when I really counted them out in that second half. So shout out to them, but they better win this one. Otherwise, they are going to have a really hard time making the playoffs if you can't beat the Browns in this situation.
You got to. This is a must-win for Minnesota. But let's move on to our 10 a.m. games, 1 p.m. games on the East Coast. The Raiders versus the Colts kick it off. Colts are looking like one of the best teams in the NFL. Again, we mentioned it. They snatched defeat from the jaws of victory. And then the Raiders just, man, a very far drop from where they were after week 1. You lose the next 3 matchups, and a couple of those games you should have had the W.
Yeah, and they're just really not looking all that great. I have very little faith in the Raiders. I'm going to keep this simple, and I think the Colts are playing much better than them. I'm going with the Colts.
Max Crosby is doing phenomenal, but this Colts team, he's really putting them on their back. But this Colts team, too much offensive firepower, and their defense has been so stout. I know they let up 27 last week, and that Tutu Atwell touchdown at the end of the game was killer, but I don't see the Raiders winning at all.
Yeah, I haven't been overly impressed with Genti at all either, honestly. And
he had a great game last week, but
even still, but just seeing him on the field compared to this next rookie running back that we're about to talk about, who we know was the actual best running back in the class, like, I don't know, there's something that the eyes don't lie about.
Yeah, 100%. Listen to your eyes. They know better than any analyst that you can follow. Now, let's talk about this rookie running back that we have alluded to, the Giants versus the Saints. We are talking about Cam motherfucking
Scatterboo. We told y'all Scatterboo was going to come in here and take the league by storm. We are not homers. We just hit homers.
Some people will say that Scatterboo, he was too short. He's not strong enough. He's not going to be able to get it done in the NFL. And he's proved
the tackle breaking isn't going to translate into the next level.
Absolutely has. This guy is a dog. He shakes his head like he has CTE every fucking play. It scares the shit out of me, honestly.
You get used to it.
You do. Eventually you will. And then this Giants team, you know what? They came out last week and they smacked the Chargers in the mouth.
They sure did. They punched them right in the mouth from the get-go. And Jackson Dart is just a lot of fun to root for.
We love Jackson Dart. No Joe Alt for the Chargers was a killer, but that defensive line for the Giants was getting through against every single one of them.
One of the most impressive defensive lines on paper that you're going to find in the NFL belongs to the New York Giants. We've mentioned that 100 times already, which is why we are so high on them, even though they're sitting here at 1-3. The New Orleans Saints.
Man.
Freaking I'm so proud of how they played this past weekend.
Close. They're so close every game, and I know the score doesn't always reflect it. Throw out the Seahawks game, but every other game, man, they are really, really playing some great teams.
To go to Buffalo and play them like that was insane.
Oh,
they had no business being in that game.
No, none at all. I mean, we came out here and said that Buffalo was going to cover the 15.5-point spread.
We were pretty close to not doing that, though. We were like, hey, the trends are saying that this is the one to stay away from.
Oh, boy.
Spencer Rattler has looked fantastic.
I love Spencer Rattler. I think he's definitely not the problem. We've said that 100 times. The Saints team just needs to close out a little bit better. We gotta capitalize in the red zone. We got to turn 3 points into 7. That's really the biggest thing holding them back right now is settling for these field goals. Honestly, you might even get a little bit more aggressive. We did mention last week, let's just go balls to the wall. Let's throw out these double wide receiver passes. And Chris Olave threw it right to the defender when you had Rattler wide open in the corner of the end zone.
We literally called the trick play. They tried to pull it off, and it cost them the game.
It did. It really did.
It cost them the game.
Oh, man. It would have put him up.
They took the ball out of Spencer's hands when he was balling.
That's
actually what I have a problem with. It's not the aggressive play calling. I think that Spencer was in a rhythm down there, and that you should have let him put the ball in the end zone.
Just trust the young quarterback. He's not giving you a reason to take the ball out of his hands. You did it anyway, which, I mean, I'm all for special plays. I'm all for trick plays.
We mentioned it. We said do it. Do that.
Do it. But not in that situation at that time. You do not want to run the Philly special in that situation. I really felt like they could have put it in. And, I mean, their running backs were playing great. Alvin Kamara, I forget, is it Keon Miller? One of their backup running back also had a really good game. I'm going to take the Giants. I think this defensive line is really good. The defense is solid. And I think with Jackson Dart, they're going to stay hot. But again, do not be surprised if the Saints hang around and find a way to finally get that W.
No, they will not get a W. The Giants are going to win this one. Jackson Dart's going to go 2-0 in the NFL.
Awesome.
Spencer Rattler's unfortunately going to fall to the 0-12 club. But
it is not a team, or it is not a team.
The man's gotten 12 starts, so that's something to be respected regardless. I think that the Saints are going to have the ball down by 1 score with less than 2 minutes to go, and the Giants pull out a W.
Because Spencer is going to fumble, and
that's not what I said.
That's how the last couple of games
That is not what I said.
Well, that's what's happened, unfortunately.
On to the next one.
On to the next game. All right. I'm going to keep this one simple. We got the Cowboys versus the Jets. Now, everybody has a favorite team, and these are ours. And I will never pick my team to lose against your team. So I'm taking the Cowboys, and that's all I'll say.
As a lifelong Jets fan, I know better. I'm going to pick the Cowboys.
There you go. We're keeping it simple. We will never do this again. We promise to always break down the games. But when it comes to these two, we're not going to talk too much shit. We're just going to let our teams do the talking for us.
I would bet on the Cowboys.
Smart. Thank you for not letting me be a Jets fan as a child. And we move on to the Broncos versus the Eagles. Okay. So Nick Sirianni has come out and said, I'm not in the entertainment business. I'm in the winning football games business. And you know what that says to me? That says we're going to be boring as fuck to watch, but we're going to win football games. And that's exactly what the Eagles do. They might be the most boring elite team I've ever watched.
So they're the Dagestanis of the NFL.
The Dagestanis of the NFL for our UFC fans out there. There's nothing exciting about this Eagles team. You have all the players. You have some elite talent. You should be one of the most fun teams to watch, and you consistently find ways to make games boring. It's really frustrating to see. I don't mean to rag on the Eagles. They are looking like one of the best teams in the NFL. They're 4-0. They're only one of 2 teams to have an undefeated record right now. I just cannot get over how dull these games are to watch. The Eagles, Jalen Hurts goes 0 for 8 in the second half last week, 0 yards, and the only way they stay in that game is by him running the football. As a quarterback, I'm not overly impressed with Jalen Hurts. I applaud you on not turning the football over. That is a very, very big perk and part of the job as an NFL quarterback. But damn, dude. Just let's get a little lightning, a little juice in this offense. What do you have to say?
I have to say that I saw a stat that said Puka Nacua has 13 catches yesterday and A.J. Brown has 12 on the season. So a couple things go through my head there. I don't think the Eagles need to throw the ball around to be 4-0, obviously. They're doing a good job. I think their defense is pretty damn elite.
Absolutely.
I actually think both of these defenses are really fun to root for, watch. I think that the Eagles are going to be too much for the Broncos on that front. I think that the Broncos defense is going to actually give the Eagles some troubles. However, I think the Broncos' strengths aren't in necessarily the front 7, and that's where the Eagles are going to thrive on offense in their very boring way, as you foretold. I'm going to go Eagles go 5-0 and seal the deal. They've played tougher teams than the Broncos. And I think that they're just going to keep on rolling. I don't think that they are the best team in the league, but I think that's going to take a damn good team to beat them.
The Broncos will have to bring their best. If the Broncos can find a way to turn the football over on the Eagles side, I could definitely see this one being sneaky, but I'm going to take the Eagles. I think they cover the spread unless, a meteor hits the earth.
Every time we say they're going to cover the spread, they end up losing.
Well, listen, not every time, just most of the time. All right. Now, let's move on to the Dolphins versus the Panthers. We got a barn burner here. This is disgusting.
Sorry.
The Panthers looked like themselves last week. That is the Panthers we've come to expect. The Patriots put the smackdown on them after the Panthers put up 30 against the Falcons.
Yeah. I mean, what did the Patriots score, 70?
They something like that. I think it was 92-0 or something along those lines.
Yikes.
Yeah, the Panthers just that is the Panthers we have come to expect. The Dolphins are still figuring things out on their end. This is the toilet bowl matchup of the week. I'm gonna take the Dolphins. I have more faith in Tua turn the ball over than I do Bryce Young. And yeah, I just feel like the Dolphins offense will finally be able to fire on all cylinders, and the Panthers defense is gonna look worse than the Cowboys, and the Cowboys defense can't stop teams from scoring 40 points.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll be picking the Panthers at all the rest of the season.
Mm-hmm.
To be 100% honest, I'm going to go with the Dolphins. I think that they're a better team on paper. I think they have a better quarterback. I think they have a better head coach.
I hear you. I hear you.
Yep, I'm gonna go with that, and I think that both of these teams will be having a lot more talk surrounding them come draft day.
100%. Both these teams could be looking for a new quarterback next year, and with that, we move on to the Texans versus the Ravens.
Speaking of quarterbacks,
so we're recording this pretty early in the week. We have no information about Lamar's injury update, but there is one thing I do want to say about Lamar's quote-unquote injury. I don't really think you hurt your hamstring. I think you gave up on your team after getting your ass kicked. And I could be wrong. It could be something serious. I'm just saying you were throwing a little hissy fit on the sideline a couple of times throughout that game. You threw your helmet, and you walked off the field pretty comfortably when you quote-unquote got that injury. So it felt like Lamar quit on his team halfway through this game when they were getting spanked by the Chiefs like they typically did. We got the prediction wrong. The Chiefs came out there and did their thing. So shout out to the Chiefs. The Ravens, on the other hand, your defense still can't figure it out. I know you've been going up against some pretty stout offenses, tough offenses to figure out, but you're letting up 33.5 points a game, and now you're going up against this Texans offense that is averaging a little over 12. I know it got boosted last week, but
that didn't count.
That doesn't count. You played the Titans. So you get rid of the Titans game. This offense is averaging 12 points a game. This Ravens defense is averaging 33 points a game, letting it up. This is an interesting one. No Lamar Jackson. Give me the Texans.
Oh no, not me. Cooper Rush is awesome.
All right.
I think that the Texans offense is abysmal still, and I'm not impressed by how they're playing even after this Tennessee game. I think the Ravens are head and shoulders a better team than this Texans team. So, Ravens, easy money. That's what I say.
I like it. They are favored for a reason. They're definitely the better team. I just think C.J. Stroud gets it cooking from here on out. All right, let's move on.
He is past due.
He is way beyond due. We move on to our afternoon games. We got the Titans versus the Cardinals kicking it off. Take it away with this one.
We asked to keep it 100, keep it a buck. We asked. Those were the words of number 1 overall pick Cam Ward, referring to his Tennessee Titans. He takes self-blame.
Yeah.
He says, me, most importantly, I need to lock in. When I watch these Titans play, I am just not having a good time at all. I'm actually not stoked about how my time is being spent. I question my whole reality.
I hear you.
However, when I watch this Cardinals team, I think that they are a lot of fun. I think they have a dozen different players that I could talk about, that I could hype up on both sides of the ball, honestly. And even though they haven't been perfect and they're sitting here at 2-2 after starting 2-0, I think that they bounce back at home. Easy dub over the Titans. Cam Ward, another tough matchup. I mean, that Cardinals defense is not going to be easy to go against on all levels. So, best of luck to you, bud. Go Cardinals.
This will be tough for the Titans. I think the Cardinals will probably dog wash them. I will say, Tony Pollard, you are having a very, very good season. Would like to see you, get up a couple more touchdowns, but you guys aren't getting into the red zone, so touchdowns will not be had.
Well, once Tajay Spears comes back, too, those numbers are going to dwindle.
And then also, if you're the Titans, I know you switch signal callers on the offense. Go back.
Man, yeah, I don't know.
Go back.
When I'm watching this Titans team, I'm having a real hard time thinking to myself, this is what I would do if I was them come draft day. Usually it's pretty simple when a team is terrible and they just picked a quarterback. You either go, they either need to go wide receiver or O-line.
You need to give them some help.
I don't know what these guys need, honestly.
I get it. I know.
They need a lot. Calvin Ridley's a
everything.
Stud. They could use more weapons, sure, but they need better protection. They need a run game. They need better play calling.
A lot to figure out for this Titans team in the offseason.
Yeah, there's a long way to go for this team.
Let's move on to the Buccaneers versus the Seahawks.
I
Now,
hate
this game.
I fucking hate this one. It's so hard.
This game might be the game of the week. Seahawks are looking amazing. Buccaneers just took a real tough L. No, they were at home.
Mm-hmm.
They took a real tough L against the former.
They got off to a rough start in that one.
I know.
They found themselves in a hole pretty early and clawed their way back in and really kind of had a chance to do something, but that Eagles defense is tough to come back from.
It is, and I mean, throwing that interception in the red zone was really the killer.
Mm-hmm.
I know they ended up losing by 6. There was a safety on the very last play of the game, so really they could have had a chance to get the ball back, score 2, and then tie it. Sam Darnold's looking damn good though. Baker Mayfield's looking damn good.
Jackson Smith and Jigba.
Oh, he's a monster. He's got 402 yards. He's got damn near half of Sam Darnold's passing yards. That's ridiculous. Is Mike Evans going to be healthy is the question mark.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't think that he is.
Chris Godwin is still kind of making himself back from the injury.
Yeah, but he didn't really even have preseason, that guy.
No, he didn't have nothing. Emeka Egbuka is a superstar in the making.
Superstar, period.
Superstar, period. Excuse me. Who do you have in this matchup?
Oh, dude, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Me
it's
neither.
so
That's
hard.
why I wanted you to go first.
I have a hard time picking against the Buccaneers because they're just such dogs.
They find ways to win.
When they had the Jets in town a couple weeks ago, and they should have beat them easier than they did. Honestly, the Jets had no business being in that game. And then the Eagles kind of came out and made that point clear. Like, in the first half, you were like, oh, yeah, I should have known if the Jets played the Bucs like this, the Eagles should come out and smash.
Right.
But then the Bucs still climb themselves back into it, just like they always do. Like, every time these guys are in a scrap, they at least find themselves in it.
They're cockroaches. They're impossible to kill.
They are cockroaches. The Seahawks team, though, is damn well built. It's just built very well.
The defense is so underrated.
Yeah, I even saw something where I think Tyreek, or I'm going to say his name wrong, but Woolen, or
Tyreek Woolen, yeah.
Yeah, is like on the trading block now or something.
Why?
Well, Witherspoon's a baller. I don't know. But regardless, I struggle with this one. I think that, gun to my head, give me the 12th man at home in a nail biter of an awesome wild card weekend vibe type of matchup right here.
Yes. Give me the Bucs.
Yeah, that's a good call.
Give me the Bucs.
That's a good call. You know what's amazing about this actually is Sam Darnold versus Baker Mayfield.
This is the battle of two quarterbacks that have rejuvenated their career.
Same draft class.
Mm-hmm.
They were supposed to both go to the Cleveland Browns first overall. I mean, actually, Baker was not. Supposed to be Sam or Josh Allen.
Yeah.
There's video of Sam Darnold going, wow, that's crazy. When Baker got picked. Like, what? That's crazy. You don't say that? That's awesome. It's going to be a great matchup. I think that's the game of the week.
It definitely could be. Now, let's move on to the Lions versus the Bengals. We'll keep it simple. Still no Jameis Winston in Cincinnati. Therefore, I will never be picking the Bengals to win another football game until they address that problem. Bengals owner, you're a cheap old bastard. I do not like you. I think you have a shitty field. I think you do not treat your players very well. I think your medical staff is kind of ass. And, yeah, I have no reason to pick you. I think you're going to get dog-walked. I think you're going to get smacked. I think you're going to lose by 70. I don't care. I will not be picking the Bengals until they address or do anything to try and win football games, and they haven't. So give me the Lions, who look fucking amazing.
On the brighter side, the Lions do look fucking amazing.
Yeah.
I think that they look like the Super Bowl contenders that we initially said that they were. Week one, brush it off. Since then, is there a better team in the NFL than these Detroit Lions? I don't believe that there is. I think they smoke the Bengals on the road. Period.
There we go. This will be the game that we get wrong because it's always how it goes. Now.
Good. Go for the Bengals.
I know.
Go for it, Bengals. Do it.
Ruin your draft stock. I dare you. Moving on to the Commanders versus the Chargers. Whew.
Jaden Daniels is probably back.
I don't have to just keep picking the Chargers now.
No, they lost.
They did.
That's
certainly
the rule.
did. They got smacked in the mouth. Losing Joe Alt was huge. You already went in there without Rashawn Slater. I think if Joe Alt was healthy, Chargers would have beat this Giants team 8 times a week, twice on a Sunday. But, that's the game of football. There are injuries every single week, and you got to adjust. Chargers didn't adjust. Herbert had his worst game of the year by a long shot. This Giants defense really stifled them at every aspect, except for Omarion Hampton, who had himself a fucking day.
Yeah, welcome to the NFL, Omar. It's about time we've seen you break out like that. You've been getting the ball plenty, but never in that much space. So that was fun to watch. Chargers are balling, but now they're down both star offensive tackles.
All pro.
That is a rough thing to deal with against a defense like the Commanders. Jaden Daniels comes back. This is going to be a very tough game.
This is a good one.
This is right up there with that Seahawks-Bucks
I know.
pick. I am going to go with the Chargers in a nail-biter.
I'll stick with my preseason MVP candidate. I agree. I could definitely see the Commanders coming out with this W. I think Jaden Daniels will come out a little bit rusty, a little bit slow, and the Chargers will take care of it. But I will not be surprised whatsoever if they pull this one off. And with that being said, let's move it on over to our Sunday night football matchup between the New England Patriots and the Buffalo Bills.
Ew.
I kind of like this game.
Ew.
I kind of like this game.
I don't like the Patriots on primetime.
I get it. I will say Drake May has been playing phenomenally this year. He had a great game last week.
You're
He's
correct.
Completing damn near 75% of his passes so far.
Okay, but how come the Patriots are always a team that has like the least exciting players as their offensive weapons? Like their wide receivers couldn't pick them out of a lineup.
Yeah. Stephon Diggs did have his little breakout game, but go ahead and say what you were going to say. My apologies.
Hunter Henry seems to be scoring every week. Good for him. The Patriots always have 3 running backs.
Always.
Regardless of who the head coach is, and you never know who's going to get the damn ball. The Patriots put up 7,500 points this past weekend, and that was quite impressive. The Bills almost lost to Spencer Rattler. They almost lost to Tua, turned the ball over.
I know.
Somehow they smashed the Jets, so I refuse to live in a world where the Patriots beat the Bills on Sunday night football, at least this year in 2025. I think that the Patriots will fight just like the Dolphins did. I don't see them actually making the mistakes the Dolphins did as far as making turnovers and stuff. I think that the Bills are going to just be a little too much to keep up with. I think this will be a 2-score game, but it'll feel closer than that.
This is a tough divisional matchup. Patriots are going into Buffalo, and I could see this playing out in 2 ways. I can see the Bills winning by 50, or I could see the Bills winning on a last-second field goal. This will either be really close or a snooze fest, something you turn off at halftime, or you hang on to the edge of your seat until the very last second. I will also take the Bills, as I alluded to. I just think there's no way in hell am I picking against Josh Allen against this Patriots team.
That's pretty much where I'm at.
Yeah.
I'm still going to rock with Josh Allen's the best player in the NFL.
Yeah.
Period.
This team finds ways to win. Their defense has not been as good as I would like them to be, or as they were expected to be.
They look pretty good against the Jets.
But yeah, I'm taking the Bills, keeping it simple, and let's move on to our Monday Night Football matchup, our last game of the week between the Chiefs and the Jaguars.
Chiefs are not making it easy to pick them this year.
Dude, I mean, you did just put the smack down on the Ravens.
Big time.
Big time. You went out there and said, hey, Lamar, you're still our son.
Yeah, honestly, they did.
I mean, I'm in limbo with the Jaguars right now. If I pick them, they're going to lose. If I don't pick them, they're going to win. I feel like they are one of the toughest teams for me to pick personally. I just never know what team I'm going to get. Is Trevor Lawrence going to look like top 10 or bottom 5?
I don't think he's looked like top 10 at all.
I know.
I think that this team is winning in spite of him.
Travis Etienne has been their real MVP. Brian Thomas Jr.'s still got to figure it out. Travis Hunter.
Devin Lloyd's been their MVP.
Devin Lloyd's the fucking man. That's a great answer, actually. And then the Chiefs, man, it's like you're getting healthier week by week, which is good. We like healthy teams. We never wish injuries on anybody. I'm gonna take the Chiefs. I just don't trust the Jaguars team to win football games, and I know they have been, but I can't bring myself to do it.
Yeah, it's tough. It just feels like when Trevor Lawrence needs to make a play, he refuses and does quite the opposite. He just does. It just seems like the opposite of what you need him to do ends up happening. Mahomes is the complete opposite of that. Mahomes just always makes things happen.
Captain Clutch.
Gosh, if the Chiefs didn't just put up freaking 50 points against the Ravens, I would have no problem picking the Jaguars, easily. I think that I'd be like, I feel super confident in this. Down with the Chiefs. But I can't do it.
Mm-mm.
And so I'm also going to go with Patty Mahomes getting back-to-back dubs. 3 in a row, no?
3 in a row. Starting off 0-2, and then you get the Giants, Ravens, and Jaguars. You come out with the toughest win against the Ravens. It only gets easier from here on out. There's really only 3 losable games. Well, any week you could lose. But there's 3 tough matchups left for the Chiefs. They're in a really, really good position to make their way back into the playoffs with the top seed.
Yeah, I don't see the Jaguars pulling it off. I would love for it to happen, but Patty Mahomes is just built different.
Absolutely. All right, any closing thoughts?
If you made it this far through the video, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Let us know your picks. Let us know your favorite team. Let us know what we got wrong. And if you did make it this far and you didn't like, comment, or subscribe, then you're a hater.
Very rude. Don't like it. We'll see y'all next week.